Monday. Well, how warm has it been this weekend? Well, it's been seriously warm, hasn't it? Welcome along if you're just joining on. Obviously, it's Monday night and we're back in the garage. Even the garage is warm tonight. Now, the garage is the coldest place on earth, it feels like normally. But even in here, it's cold. I'm going to have to grab a drink. So I did bring a little drink in with me tonight. So how you all doing, guys? What have you been up to? Let me know. It's been full on here for the last 3 days. Cars, gardens, DJing, you name it. It's all been going. Not me DJing, obviously, but recording DJs. Hi, Mohammed. How you doing, buddy? Obviously we've been messaging a little bit. Hope you're all good. Good to have my mods on tonight. I'm sure Vanessa's out there as well, somewhere in Lee, and maybe even Richard. So hopefully the mods are there. Keep an eye on the chat. So last week's broadcast, I did it. It is hot, hot, hot. You're absolutely right. Even in here, it's warm. You can probably see me sweating up a little bit. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the door on the front of the garage, obviously we had that replaced just before Christmas. So this has been the first, I guess, summer where we've had the door on the garage, and because it's black, you walk past it in the morning and you can feel the heat radiating off it. So it's heat in the garage as well. So yeah, it's quite warm in here. Olivier France, greeting from France. Bonjour, ça va? Stuart Heather, hello. Evening. No hoodie tonight. No, it's far too warm. But what there is, obviously, Springfest, which we'll touch on tonight. Hello, Jeff. How you doing, buddy? Looking forward to seeing you on Sunday right here at the house. Paul Hutchinson, how you doing, buddy? All good to see you. Vanessa, how are you doing as well? Great to have you along. See you next weekend again, right here for Springfest. But yeah, it's been full on for the last 3 days. So Saturday was a mixture of cutting grass, getting the garden ready for you all being here next weekend. Saturday afternoon, we headed over to Lewis. My sister-in-law is a drum and bass DJ, and she was doing a festival over there. So I've done her a promo video, which is actually on the channel. So if you want to check out that, I know it's not Audi content, but I always like to share my other projects I've got going on with you. So if you're interested in checking that out, checking out the camera angles and the footage, it's come out really well, actually. It's really cool. Her name is Melcy. So if you're after a drum and bass DJ and you want to check out my sister-in-law, because she's absolutely fantastic. I'm expecting big things for her, maybe around the European circuit, maybe in Ibiza. That'd be really cool, wouldn't it? But yeah, so welcome along, everybody. So yeah, so Saturday we're doing that. Sunday we came back yesterday to carry on working on the garden. Obviously a bit jaded from the night before. And we've been hedge trimming, grass cutting, clearing the woodlands, just tidying up things really around the garden. So we're getting it ship shape ready for next weekend. So it looks great. We'll fit you all in, and yeah, we're going to have a really, really good Audi TT party here in the garden. I hope you are joining us. I think we're now fully booked, but of course there is a waiting list. So if you are interested in still coming along next Sunday, please drop me a line. If you've told me you are coming and you don't have details, you've got concerns over directions, anything, please let me know. Drop me a message directly via email and I'll try and sort it out for you. Will she be at Springfest? She will be at Springfest, Jeff. She will actually. She won't be DJing at Springfest, but she's going to be here along with Paul Lane as well. So they're going to be here too. So it'll be good to catch up with everybody. Be great to have everyone along. Loads of things have been going on the channel this week. Things have been arriving. Parts have been sent over. I'm going to touch on so much stuff tonight because it's just non-stop. You think, although the videos have been a bit light this week, so there's a video coming to the channel Wednesday evening, which is all about product that I was sent a few weeks ago. I've made a video about it. It's a bit of a review video because I want to sort of start sharing things that I've tried that I think are useful for you guys to have as well. One of them is this DDPi Z50 Pro dash cam. So the video on that is coming on Wednesday. I think you'll find it really interesting to do a comparison between a 4K dash cam and a 1080p dash cam. So if you're thinking about it, if you're involved in an incident or an accident, the difference in quality of a 4K camera makes a massive makes a massive difference. You know, it really does make it clear. So that's all cool. Obviously I've got the Roadster in the garage today. I haven't yet started work on it for this trip. I'm going on in literally 2.5 weeks, but I'm starting to get all the bits here ready to undertake that now. So things are here ready to start the service. One of which turned up on Friday afternoon, which is right here. So this pipe right here is a breather pipe that goes from the bottom of the hockey puck. We're going to have a look at it in a minute, and it goes onto the tip as well. So it's obviously, this is a silicone one, so I've decided to bite the bullet with the Roadster. I've kept it OEM for as long as possible. I'm not going to make any crazy mods, but I'm thinking now, if things like this come up and I want to swap it out, rather than putting rubber pipes on it, silicone pipes, I think it's a sensible upgrade to do. So I am going to do this because this particular pipe that goes between the hockey puck and the tip is completely collapsed on mine, really soft. And that's down to over the years, a lot of the oil vapor that's coming out of the puck that's being fed back into the tip to be sort of dispersed back into the combustion cycle. Massive hornet just went past my head. There is a massive hornet in my garage. It needs to stay well away from me because I will scream if it comes near me. Please stay down there. We do get a lot of hornets where we live, bizarrely. So bring your fly swat next week. It's coming back down now. It's really, really big. It's really big. Anyway, so yeah, so we're going to have a look at this in a minute. As long as that hornet's, oh, he's really angry. He's really big. I don't know if the mic's picking him up, but hopefully you can hear him. But anyway, yeah. So we're going to talk about this. Let's have a look at that now before that hornet gets me. So I have already popped the bonnet. Oh look, there's a SpringFest T-shirt on the window as well. That's a good place to keep it. So this is the obviously SpringFest this weekend. The logos. Hopefully you've all got your SpringFest merch ready for the weekend. So we'll have a look under here. I'm going to bring you in a bit closer now. There's another story to tell you all about my gimbal as well, but we'll do that. We'll cover that story at a later date. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here, and hopefully the gimbal will follow me. Now this is undone at the moment, so we're going to bring that off like that. And what we have, if I come over here, the camera will follow. So right here, if I put my face down by it, right here, this is the hockey puck that we all know. And the pipe, I can feel it to the pipe that goes off down to the tip is so soft. It really is. I press it together like that and it stays collapsed. Now, I'm not sure if this one particular pipe is going to be one of those ones that collapses under boost and causes problem. Don't think it is, but I don't think it's also particularly good having a soft pipe like that. So that is the pipe that we're going to change on it. We're going to do a video on that this week as well, because changing some of these pipes is a good idea, I think, when they start to fail. But what I'm always a bit nervous about is removing the old ones, because when I've taken these pipes off these cars before, is even when you remove the clamp from them, and they're normally the one-use clamps that you get on these Audi cars, but even when you remove that clamp, the pipe has obviously been on there for many years and doesn't want to come off. So the last thing I want to do is disturb any of the other pipes, firstly. But secondly, I don't want to start damaging any of the fittings the pipe goes onto, because obviously if I'm forcing things, trying to peel them away, you're going to have to be really careful. Now, I've had the hockey puck off before, because I know that you guys have seen me do that. So my thought process behind how I'm going to do this pipe, rather than fiddle with it in situ, and of course the hockey puck is actually not on a single-use clamp, it's on a Jubilee here. I'll back the Jubilee off. We can take the hockey puck off, leave that pipe in place, and then we can move the hockey puck to one side, because literally that is all that's connecting it, so it's not interfering with anything else. We can take that pipe off, sort this out, and jobs are good. Now, I would say that if you are changing any of the PCV pipes, is you've got to be really, really careful with them, because they are so brittle and so old. Disturbing and moving anything around does risk you causing cracks and perishing and problems with those PCV pipes. So if you are doing anything on the car, be very, very careful. My worry, the Hornet is still annoyed and really annoyed at Danny into the garage. But my concern over doing this job, and for anyone doing this job, particularly when I'm on a tight timeline to go to France with it, is if I damage anything, am I going to have enough time to get a replacement part? So it's a bit of a concern. Obviously, I've got the breaker and most of the bits if I had to bodge things together, but we don't want to be bodging cars together to do 2,000 miles. But that pipe is what I'm going to do. Now, when I ordered that pipe, to make sure I had the right size Jubilee clips for it, you can see I ordered the Jubilee clips at the same time. So the last thing you want is to turn up and then you haven't got the parts to fit it. So that is all ready to go. And what I am also going to do, and I touched on as well last week, is obviously you've got the N249 set up right here on the car on the 1.8T. And what this does, the actual valve here, it does cover the vacuum unit. It does cover 2 of the coil packs. So if I want to change the spark plugs, I'm going to have to take that off. Now, I have seen on a few other videos, it's just a case of disconnecting one of the hard pipes and then you can thread it through. So I'm going to do that. I don't want to start disrupting too much there and causing more leaks. But again, people do talk about doing away with that. I don't see the point in doing it. Audi put it on, leave it in place if you can. What that mean all the other pipes are in the same? Would that mean all the other pipes are in the same shape? Potentially, Mo, it could be. I've had a quick look at the pipes on this car, and most other things seem to be actually okay. So the only thing I can think of is because that pipe that goes from the bottom of the hockey puck back down to the turbo intake pipe is potentially that has got a lot of vapor that runs through it. It might have more vapor than the other pipes. So that's probably why it's failed. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to just literally change that one pipe, not disrupt anything else, not damage anything else, and hopefully that should do it. So that's the job for this week. So hopefully for those that are coming on Sunday, the car should have that pipe done. I will video what I'm doing. I'll do it one evening this week. Also going to do the coil packs this week, and then do an oil change on it as well. So we've got pretty much most things to get done this week. But yeah, I think we're in touch wood. I think we're in good shape. But yeah, I've got all my diagnostic tools here as well to check the car over, and I'm going to be taking those with me as well. And one of the things I'm going to probably be taking with me is obviously going to take the top-down car panel that you've seen, which is the one that I'm giving away next week at SpringFest to one of the people that commented last week. So for those of you that were on last week and commented on the video, there was something in the region of about 600 comments. But only 52 people had commented who were subscribers, and obviously that's one of the deals is you have to be a subscriber to the channel to be eligible to win. Jesus, that Hornet is just doing laps at the garage. It'd be good if it flies past the camera, wouldn't it, so you can see how big it is. Anyway, so yeah, so I think that we'll be giving that away next week. So we'll be doing some form of live, what's the thing? Not a draw, but where you have like a random lucky dip pick. We'll do something like that. Mr. Bumpy Pickle, hey Andy, is it possible to tune my TT if my K line doesn't work? If my K line doesn't work, what you trying to do to it, Mr. Bumpy Pickle? Let me know what you're trying to do. That's all right, Jeff. I'm sure you've got some channel merch coming anyway your way next weekend, so you'll have to make do with what I've got lined up for you. Because I did say I would send you something, so I've got it here. It's ready to be handed over next week, so you'll be picking up when you're here. But yeah, so I'm going to be taking the top-down car panel because it sits in the glove box. It's quite nice. But you also want a second opinion, don't you, when you're out and about? Something that maybe does a bit more than just the basic code reader. Because obviously the code reader, you are dependent on a lot of these code readers. They pair with your phones. They link on Bluetooth. They pair with your phone, which is great if your phone is it's modern enough and links. No worries, Jeff. But obviously sometimes they don't want to work. They don't want to pair with phones. So you can buy gadgets that are not only wireless, but they also come with their own OBD2 reader. Because obviously the top-down car panel does require you to have a phone to read the output. But a lot of them come with a wire attached to it. A lot of the top-down RT Diags 600S is a wireless one, but the 500S has a wire attached. So you are dependent on being by the car. But one of the gadgets I've got here tonight, which I'm going to be talking about in a deep dive video, is the Mucar 826BT, I think it is, or 826T. I've got it down here. I've had it for about a year. Well, I've had not this one for a year. I've had a different one for a year. And I kept meaning to do a review. And then when I got around to doing a review on it, it wouldn't even work because the battery had died in it. So I'm going to show you. So I've got this one in here. So if we just unzip this, and the good thing about these are, and the deep dive I'm going to be doing on it, is it does have its own OBD2 scanner. So here we go. So it's like a little tablet. So we'll talk about this. So I think these are pretty good for your car. So it's got a little bracket on the back, so you can sit this on the roof of the car while you are working on it. So there's the separate OBD2 scanner. Plug that into the car, sit this on the top, so you can be tapping. It's all like touch screen, so you can check out what's going on. This does a lot of things. In fact, this even does will recode your keys, believe it or not. So I'm interested to see how that works with your key fob. It'll reprogram your key fob apparently. We'll try that. But again, it just magnetizes on the back, that way round. There you go. So it sits on the back, so you don't lose that. So you've got that great little gadget, that. And I was a bit skeptical. It's quite an expensive gadget, this. And of course, I was sent one, didn't work. And of course, I did finally got around to testing it, didn't work. So they sent me, to be fair to Mucar, they have sent me another one free of charge because they'd sent me another one out. So service, can't beat that really. And I used it for the first time today to scan my son's car, his Fiesta, because he's got a Ford Fiesta and it's got a misfire. This scanned it. It didn't take more than about a minute to do all the checks on it. It's really quite simple, easy to use. It links into Google. It does all sorts of stuff online as well. So it tell you what all the problems are that it reads. So a handy little gadget. But again, I've got two of these. Here's the other one. It says, look, I've got two of them. So here we go. So it doesn't work, but I haven't taken it apart. But it has got all the same stuff as my one that does work. If anyone wants to take that away next Sunday and just have a look and see if they can get it working, you're more than welcome to take that away with you. And just have a look and see if you can get it working. I've tried charging it. I've tried lots of things, but maybe it needs a magic touch for someone who wants to fiddle with it. Off you go. You can take that. Okay, so I'm just having a look what Mr. Bumpy Pickle saying. I want to tune my engine to stage 1, but my OBD2 port doesn't work. I have been told the communication line wire doesn't work. Okay, K line on ECU. Pin 3243 is K line ECU. Can directly. Okay, so there you go. Oh, good to have James along. How you doing, buddy? I'm going to touch on what you sent me on Friday as well, because that's something else I'm going to touch on tonight. Audi fixes for everyone tonight. We're talking, but again, if anyone wants to try and get that working, look, you can see yourselves. You can see the gimbal in that. If I do that, there's the gimbal. And talking the gimbal, I had a problem with that on Saturday as well. I've lost the little control button off my gimbal, so I can't turn it. So I'm relying on the face track at the moment. And I wrote to AO Chan that did the gimbal and asked them to send me another button. They just basically they don't do spares, which is not particularly helpful. But I found one on AliExpress, so they are going to send me. I bought one, a little spare button. Hopefully, I'll fix it. But yeah, so if anyone wants that, let me know. You can take it away on Sunday. But I mustn't get it muddled up because that's my one that works. What else have I been doing? So, oh, right, we'll talk about, because James is on. See, James, how you doing, buddy? James has come up with a solution. Is the gimbal going to follow me? Yeah. James has come up with a solution to the repair kit that Richard mentioned a few weeks ago on the headlights by 3D printing the repair kit. And the repair kit is about 80 or 90 quid. Although I think Mark Stanley did say that you can get it much cheaper from Tradition if you buy it through him. But it's still quite an expensive fix. So James has kindly sent me these. Here we go. These are the things that James has sent me. These are a repair kit for headlights from Audi TT Mark 1. You may notice I put a post up on Friday about, can anyone guess what these are? So I'm going to show you what on a headlight breaks and what these are for. So we go, there's an Audi TT Mark 1 headlight. I'm sure you recognise that. And of course, to remove this from the car, you do need to take the bumper off, don't forget. But on the back of it, you have these clips. There you go. So on the top of it, rather. And these bolt into the top of the bumper, essentially. Now, you get one here and one here. Now, unfortunately, what happens is these tabs are quite brittle and they snap off. So what you can do with these bits that James has 3D printed, is you can line them up, and they've got a little hole. Can you see that little hole? If you see my face through it, you might be able to see it. I'll put it against the white. There you go. You can see the little hole for it right there. So you put a little bolt through there, little screw, and screw it on, and that will then create the tab and fix the tab problem on your car. Of course, I don't know if it's going to be as rigid as the original bracket, just on one screw. I don't know if they need to be glued. There doesn't seem to be anything to glue it to, but we're going to give that a go. I think it's a really, really good solution. You know, and these are available from James. So James has got on the back of these. He is going to have a website available. If you want to contact James directly, he's in the chat tonight. So maybe if you want a set of these on there, James Steele 2129. Message James, contact him via the chat, set something up, because these are an amazing fix to a problem for the headlights. Because that headlight that we've got there, the lens on it is that's that horn again. Is perfect. I really want to get it on camera so you can see how big it is, but I don't want to get it on camera because it means it's going to come close to me. I don't know if you could hear that. Epoxy them. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, but it just keeps flying right past me. Oh, did you see it go past then? I don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear that hornet on the camera, guys? Let me know. Oh, I can see it. But yeah, so okay, well, I'll epoxy these in then and see if that works, is James. Yeah. The TT lights with the silver inside, are they custom made or is it factory made like that? Mr. Bumpy Piggle, yes, those silver headlights are actually the upgrade headlights. So the black headlights are the pre-2001 headlights, 2002 headlights. And then the silver headlights, they came out as part of the S-Line revision in 2002. So Audi basically revised, there it is, you can see it buzzing around. The Audi came out with a revision to the headlights with the S-Line model, and then they made them standard across the line not long after that. So yeah, it did a flyby camera for the camera. Yeah, it's massive. Honestly, this Hornet is massive, guys. Yeah, so it's a revision. Yeah, I don't think you've ever seen me look so nervous on camera again. I want those so bad. What you want, the Hornet so bad, or you want those headlights? I guess it's the headlights. So yeah, you can pick them up. So Mr. Bumpy Piggle, where are you watching from tonight? I guess you must be in the US or somewhere, because they are pretty common over here in the UK. Hello Ray, how are you doing, buddy? Hope you're well. And of course, you must have sold that car now. But yeah, hopefully, you're good to see you online still, and good you joining on the. Oh, you're in South Africa, okay. I would imagine you could probably get them shipped to South Africa. We do have a few breakers here in the UK that will ship to South Africa. So if you're interested in picking up a set, I bet we can get some shipped to you. The person you probably want to speak to would be someone like Mark Stanley, would ship them to you. He's based in South Wales. OEM TT Parts is the website that you want to go and visit if you want to check him out. If you message me on the channel, I'm happy to send you his contact details as well. And again, as I mentioned last week, we've got a really good team of breakers here in the UK with Jason Case, Adam Tankard, Serkan Miskin, Mark Stanley, obviously Andy and Matt Hillard, and Audi Lee up in, is it not Barnsley, in Blackpool or somewhere, I think it is. But yes, we've got some really good breakers. So if you want a list of all the contact details for those breakers, please message me at the channel and I will send them out to you. But again, if we're talking about these, so James is the man to speak to on here tonight. So if you want a set of these, message James. And on the back of these, I've noticed James has got his jb1.uk stamp on the back. Can you see that, guys? I don't know if you can see that from the Twitter. There it is. But what a great idea, James. And I really want to thank James for sending me a set of these to fix my light. And I did mention to James, one of the things I think would be really beneficial to having 3D printed is one of these. So this is the bracket that sits on your wing of your Audi TT. It's bolted on there and it sits like, does it sit like that? And essentially, or no, it sits like that. That's the down and that's the up. And then on the outside of your TT headlight, it's, oh no, it doesn't. It sits like that, doesn't it? So on the, see on the TT headlight, you can see that round peg. So that just sits on there like that, and that bolts and supports the headlight underneath. There you go. So that part is something, James, we talked about. I think that is the part you want to try and 3D print, because my one is broken. And what I've done, if you look, I don't know if you can see, can you see it's got a couple of like scars going down it? I'm going to point these and put the headlight down. Okay, so it's got a couple of scars. Jesus, that thing's right above my head. It's got a couple of scars right there, and that's because I've used a plastic welder to weld those back in there. Audi cars, is Audi better than Ferrari Italy cars? Different sort of market they're aimed at. Snuggles Bear, I think, definitely a different market. We'll sort this week, I hope, as I have my front end completely off. Yeah, great, mate. If you can find that. So the one that I really need is that one, and that's the passenger side one. Obviously, it's showing this in reverse to you, so don't forget it's mirrored. But yes, it's the passenger side one I'm after. As you can see there, that it's actually broken completely through there, and it's sheared off there as well. Because what people do is they unbolt the headlight, and they take the bumper off, and they unbolt the top, and then they start fighting with the headlight because it feels like it's stuck and just caught, and people yank it off, and they normally break that component. So mine had actually been broken off and was in 2 bits. But what you can notice on my one, you can tell which car it came off. It came off the Papaya. Obviously, that Papaya's had a bit of paintwork because they've oversprayed onto that. So there you go, bit of inside information. Yeah, look forward to it, James. So we can chat offline about that. But say, guys, if you're interested in any of these repair kit components, don't go spending the money on the kits on eBay for 80 or 90 pounds. Get in touch with James here and buy a set of James and get this done for half the price. If you've got a broken headlight, don't be throwing it away. You can fix it with these gadgets. Again, it's another great service that the TT community here in the UK, all the parts people, all the people that are keeping these cars, man, are all helping each other out. So really good. The breaker still lives on the drive. It's still here. I think it's going to be here for Springfest. So for those of you who want to have scavenge over it, see if there's anything you want off it, then you're more than welcome to do so. I did take the fuel filter off it last week. It's had about, so I did a little YouTube short about the fuel filter. I don't know if you've seen that. It's had about 6,000 views. But essentially, I took the filter off it to look at how easy it was to do before I did it on this car. So it was almost like a dress rehearsal for the job. So I unbolted the big hair there. I unbolted the big Jubilee clip that holds it in place. So Stephen Harper's also done this job actually, but he shows 2 like ratchet straps holding it in place, like plastic zip ties, cable ties holding it in place. So I guess his strap is actually broken, but it should be a big Jubilee clip that holds it in place around the middle. So I undid that, but removing it from the car was quite tricky because it's got 2 90-degree elbows that have on the fuel system. They've got like a push button on the actual elbow itself. You push it in, and that opens up the hole to allow you to take it off the actual connections on the fuel filter. I'm going to get mine and show you what I mean, because what I also did was I emptied the fuel filter into a pot to see what came out of it, and the fuel that came out was black. It was like oil. It was so thick and gunky. So then I thought, well, I wonder what's inside the filter. It's made out of aluminium. So I set about it with a grinder and cut it in half. And I'm going to show you what's inside the fuel filter and show you the discoloration of what's in there. It's a paper element, but we're going to talk about it now. I'm just going to put those over there so I don't lose them. I'm just going to grab the fuel filter. Here we go. There we go. So my fuel filter, as you can see, is now like a concertina. Right, so what I'm going to do just for this, I'm just going to remove the fuel filter out of the paper element, and I'm going to turn this around to find out where it is. There you go. So that was what it was like before I cut it in half, and you can see there on the end, it's this little like lip here that the 90-degree elbow goes over and locks behind there. So you press the little button together and it does slide off. I've seen a few people saying they really struggle with it. I would try and soften them up a little bit. I'd clean them up with some WD-40. I did see someone said about putting some hot water on them to even soften them up a little bit. So I think that's also a good idea. Obviously, you don't want to heat it up under there because it's you're on your fuel system, aren't you? But what you could do is you could soften them up with some water, give them a good clean up, and then they should soften enough that you can click and push them and they pull out like that. Same on this end. Click it and pull it out, and that's your fuel filter, and it sits under the car, just in front of the rear wheel, underneath your backside, I guess, probably, or just behind your backside, underneath the car. It's underneath the car. This is stored on the fuel lines. Now, what you will notice on the fuel lines when you unclip it is, as you look back towards the engine, there's a set of fuel lines that run the length of the car, and there's one pointing back at you with a hole in it. So there's one that's like detached. And I've seen a few people say, why is this pipe detached? What do I need to reconnect to do this? Well, you don't need to reconnect, because what that is, that's a vent pipe for your evap system. So the charcoal canister that sits in the car, the black charcoal canister, that is venting out under the car just in front of this fuel filter. So anyway, that's it. Now, the fact is, it's got the Audi stamp on it. It looks pretty beaten up. So I'm pretty confident that is the original fuel filter. Right. And it's made out of aluminium. So if I look over here, I'm going to reach off camera, and I'm going to grab this. Now, this is a bit longer, but this is the fuel filter, and it's a Bosch one. There you go. So this is the fuel filter for the Audi. So this is the back where the fuel goes in, and this is where the fuel comes out. And you can see there's a little directional arrow showing you. Same on the new one. So there you go. There's the old, and there's the new. The fuel filter seems to be a bit bigger, but it's now plastic rather than aluminium. So I guess it's a bit lighter, but I thought I'd show you what's inside. So we are going to do that. Yeah, I watched the filter. I'm glad mine was changed. Looked a decade old. Going to show you what it looks like, Mo, because I think someone said, wow, you're grinding it open. You're grinding a fuel filter open with a grinder. But the thing is, it's aluminium, so it's not sparking, don't forget. But I'm just going to show you what the filter was like inside. So inside, there's this huge roll of paper. It's a paper filament filter, and you can see the color of it. So you can see it's meant to be white. This bit here, I guess, has been not polluted, but this is absolutely filthy from the fuel filter. So this paper element in the fuel filter is disgusting. Look how dirty that is. That is really, really quite bad. So that's going to be blocking your fuel filter a little bit. It's going to be not letting your fuel get to the engine as much. So, and of course, with it being that dirty, it's also going to get to the stage where it's not doing its job. So it's either going to block and not let the fuel through, so you're going to have a blocked fuel filter, or it's going to get to the stage it's just got no more capacity to suck anything out of it, and it might even let it through and send it through your combustion cycle, which would be bad. It does smell nice though. I do like the smell of it. But there you go. So that is what is inside your Audi TT Mark 1 fuel filter. I'm sure other sort of fuel filters are exactly the same. They work the same. But yeah, just looking through. Emir, I did see you. Hello, buddy. Just mentioned that, so you're on there as well. There's a lot of comments going on tonight, guys. But again, if you've got any questions for me, then please do pop them in the chat. Again, the Audi is getting ready for its trip to France. Got all the wheels and tyres done on it now. Just getting all the spares together. So the plugs I'm going to do this week. The oil filter I'm going to do this week. The new oil I'm going to do this week. And yeah, and that fuel filter. And I think we should be ready to go. Obviously, I am going to put together, I'm doing a video as I go on what you need to do if you're planning a long distance road trip, because obviously you need to factor a few things in now. So if you can see, if I come over here, the camera will probably follow. If I lift that up like that, you can probably see here, there's a little yellow sticker. Can you see that in my window? So that is a Crit Air sticker, number 3 Crit Air sticker on my windscreen. And that is something you need if you are going to be driving in France now in cities, because they have this low emissions, clean air sort of zones in these cities. So you need to make sure that you've evidence you've actually bought one of those. And they're about €5 to buy. But if you are going to France, you are driving into some of the city centres, you do need one of those. So that is something worth checking out, depending on where you're going. Now, when you buy one of those, or when you do it, buy it from the French government website. Do not buy it from any aftermarket sites that look the same, because they are scam sites and they're charging people up to €35 for that same sticker. They're only €5 to buy, right? So don't fall foul of that if you're taking your TT to France this summer. Don't buy it from a scam site. And the reason I know that is my brother, who is also coming to France that same weekend, has bought one from a scam site, because even though I shared the link where to buy it from, he Googled it and he bought it from a scam site. There you go. Can't, you know, you can lead a horse to water and all that, but you can't make them buy crit air stickers from the white website. So I've got that. I've also got, in fact, if I put the bonnet down, we'll have a look. I was thinking about doing that pipe that on live on the channel tonight, but I'm not going to do it. Obviously, you can see on the channel, on the screen, I have got the SpringfesTT t-shirt. I've obviously one on, nice pink one there. And if you're interested in any Springfest merchandise, obviously from the channel, then you can, of course, get it from the website sellshirts.com/marketplace/Andycharger. No www. So just go to sellshirts.com/marketplace/Andycharger. There you go. You've got the Andycharger logo on the back, and then you've got the Springfest glasses on the front. So if you're interested in one of those, you know where to get one. But what you'll also notice here on the windscreen is you can see this little grey tag right here. So if you're going to France on the auto routes, I highly recommend getting a SANEF tag, because you're going to pay the tolls anyway on those roads. So if you've got a SANEF tag, it allows you to drive through automatically, and it bills you later. It builds it up, and it credits you. You know, takes off the account much later. So definitely worth having. I ordered pink. It looks great. Looking forward to wearing it on Sunday. Brilliant, nice one. Thank you, Mrs. Jugs. Looking forward to seeing you at the weekend as well, and you'll have the Springfest merch on. I hope the weather's looking all right, isn't it? So this week, I mean, it's absolutely roasting the start of this week, and it is going to cool down slightly. So it's going to be mid-20s, I think, here on Sunday. There's a 35% chance of rain, but I'm hoping it's not going to rain. I don't think it'll rain. It never rains at my house anyway. So hopefully it will stay nice and dry. The ground is rock hard, so we haven't got to worry about cars sinking into the lawn. So it's all good. My new to me A6, which I've had 2 months, still had the original fuel and air filter in it. Oh, wow. Even with full Audi service history, be wary buying, guys, as it doesn't mean diddly with main dealer history. Nice one, Jeff. That's a good bit of advice. Yeah. Oh, my goodness, that horn nearly hit me in the forehead then. I am not sure if the fuel filter was even included in service as part of the service warranty. I don't think. Michael Bernhardt, it is an Audi TT. There you go. It's a Roadster, this one. So it is a silver Roadster. If I back it up, you might be able to see it a bit better. So there you go. There is. I might do that. Can I put that up that high tonight? I wonder if I can put that up that high tonight, and we can. There we go. Let's have it all. Maybe not that high, because what I've just done by doing that, I've just disconnected it. Oh, now the Hornet's coming. It's going to be angry with me. Quick, get it back in. Get it back in. Right. There we go. There you go. Hopefully that will give you a bit better view of the car. There you go, and you get me as well. It took me a minute, but I knew it. Yeah, well done, Michael. Yeah, it's an Audi TT Mark 1, which is what you will find on my channel. All the content on my channel is mainly on the Audi TT Mark 1. Car is 10 years old to add. Yeah, so a 10-year-old car, yeah, I'm not sure if that fuel filter was actually part of it to be changed, which is mad, because if on a lawnmower, if you've got a lawnmower and you take it for a service, like every season, they normally swap the fuel filter because these get dirty. So I think it is a sound investment to do. Maybe that will have to be something we'll work into a future video when we're talking about buying, buying guides from the Audi TT Mark 1. Is that one thing that we should recommend people do is change the fuel filter, because it's I'd love to better work out how to get this thing out of my garage, because it's scaring the Jesus out of me. I have a power steering leak. Nick Harley, you've got a power steering leak. I think the garage said power steering rack. I'm confirming with them this week. Is it a timely job for a garage if I have the name of the leak correct? Yeah, I don't know if it's a massive job with regards to time wise. I think it's quite a fiddly job, because all the pipes are awkward shapes, so getting things in and out is quite tricky. You might need to remove a lot of other things from the engine bay to get it in and out. That might be trouble. Yeah, dirty oil burn. Yeah, nice one, Jeff. Nothing wrong with that. It's always good. But yeah, I think it might be, Nick, it might be something that takes you a bit of, or takes the garage a bit of time to get those pipes on and off. Interesting, Claire Burke that's normally on, she highlighted that there was an issue with her steering, power steering. She had a power steering leak, and she ordered some parts from Mark Stanley, I think, to see if she could resolve it. And I think there was a difference between the 180 and the 150 on the Roadster as well, believe it or not. Just Googled it, a 40,000 mile 4-year service interval for fuel fill. Oh, that's cool, Matt, Mo. Thanks for checking that out. So it should have been done then, Jeff, but I guess if it's got the Audi stamp on it, it may well have been done, but it's obviously got the original parts because it's come from Audi dealership. But I've got one sitting there on the shelf, so I'm going to do. So dodgy in there. I wonder if I could open the garage door and maybe chase it out. Shall I do that? You guys can follow me. I say you can follow me. I'm going to spin that around like that. You follow me this way. I'm going to open the garage door and see if I can encourage the Hornet to fly out the garage. Let's see if we can do that. Hopefully it will smell the fresh air. As he's going down that way, and there's nothing down that way for him. There's a big window, but he's going to go. Oh my goodness! He's just doing laps. He's really angry. Sorry, that's not really TT content tonight, is it? Because it's more Hornet content. Oh my goodness! Go on, out you go. Yes, he's gone. He's gone. Get the door shut. Right. Sorry about that. Small interval. We get the door down. There we go. Good riddance to the Hornet. But of course, guys, if you are like me, you use the car maybe at weekends, maybe not even as often as weekends, you use it very infrequently. Something I recommend you do, that you pick yourself up, as I've mentioned before, is a jumper pack. So the jump packs that you can get, Top Don do a few good ones. You've seen my massive one I've had in the garage here with all the JS3000, but VTO Man has sent me some this week as well, so I've got them right here. Not opened them up yet, but I'm going to do a little video on these. So I've got 2 different ones here, and I'm sure that if anyone's after a brand new jumper pack for their car, if you're attending Springfest this weekend, sure I can do you a nice deal. Now I've got 2 different ones here. I've got this one. There's a 1500 amp jump starter, and this one is a 2500 amp jump starter. So it's a bit bigger. I can feel the difference in the weight. But what this also has, it's also got a tyre compressor built into it as well, so you can pump your tyres up. Now, you think, well, you normally get a tyre compressor in most cars nowadays, but the difference is this is obviously wireless, doesn't need to be plugged into the 12-volt charger port on your car, because if you are like me and you've got the Papaya with an Apple CarPlay unit in it, there is no 12-volt socket in the car. So it's got USB-C that pokes out, but no 12-volt socket. So I would be stuffed and need to pump up the tyres on that. So that's why I always carry a jump pack with an air compressor. So, oh, I thought something just stung me then, but it's actually pulled a hair off my leg. It was the number plate. So that is a really good gadget. So there's the normal bulk standard jump starter, but that one's got an air compressor built in as well. So again, guys, if you're interested in these, I'll have them at Springfest. I'm going to test them, see what they're like, and if they're any good, I'll be happy to sell them at the weekends. Because I've got so many of them, and I would rather part them and sell them on to people that want one if it's any good. The main dealers for you, my old body shop used to specialise in repair of insurance and main dealer bodge ups. Oh dear, that doesn't sound so good, does it? Stephen Children, is there a supplier for the plastic part that secures the convertible top hardcover to the vehicle on the driver's side? US, not many breakers in North Carolina. So there's that little button that you push in, isn't there, on the driver's door? Should we have a little look at that? Let's have a little look and see if we can show. Hello, Claire. Just noticed you've just popped on. You've just sent me £10, I think. That's very kind of you, Claire. Thank you so much for doing. Have you got your power steering pump sorted out yet? Let me know. Thank you so much for sending £10. A super thanks, Claire. It really does make a difference to the channel when people help out and support me and support the channel. Allows me to bring more content to you guys as well. Because it looks like I'm going to have to replace my gimbal. So you know my gimbal that I'm using tonight that follows me around the garage like this? Well, the little button I used to control it by hand fell off on Saturday night. Lost the button. I can't get a spare. But we are going to look on the inside of the door here. And while I'm going to bring you over so you can see me as I do this. I'll open the door here. So I'm going to put you over like that. Maybe I'll just drag you. Oh, let's come around there. There we go. I'm going to just drop the camera down ever so slightly like that. And if I put my face down here, hopefully you can see this, guys, on the car bodywork. There's a little plastic button just here, and what that's doing is there's like a little gadget inside this hole, and it sort of pushes a little flap backwards and forwards. And then on the tonneau cover, so here's the tonneau cover, he says. Here in the top corner of the tonneau cover, where is it? Just here, you've got this plastic L-shaped piece here. And that actually has got a hole in it. I can't really show you very clearly. But essentially there's a hole in that little plastic little L-shaped piece. And so when you're pushing this button backwards and forwards down here, you're essentially pushing that piece backwards and forwards out of that hole that locks it in place. Now my driver's side one is damaged and doesn't work. And I have thought about maybe taking this off and seeing if I can fix it on the driver's side, because it stops me locking the tonneau cover in place when I'm using it. So I really do want to see if I can lock that in place. But yeah, again, Claire, that's really, really kind of you to send me that £10. Guys, if you enjoy what I do, and again, if you enjoy, what I do brings you some solace and help with your car, then please do think about either joining the channel as a member, because members obviously get additional content and a lot of early access to my content as well now. So if you're interested in becoming a member, supporting me, and also becoming part of my inner circle of TT people here on the channel, then please click the join link below. There should be a little join link below down there. And of course, if you want to again send me a gift, a super thanks gift, you can also send that. I think I can actually do that. I can actually say I can set 10 super chats, and then I can set that. And if the super chat, I will do giveaway a jump starter. There we go. I'm going to just put that up on the channel. So if I get 10 super chats on there tonight, I'll give away a jump starter. Can't say fairer than that, can I? There we go. Start the goal. I've done it for 30 minutes. We've got 30 minutes to get those goals. There we go. Let's see if we can get him in. I don't know if that first one of Claire's counts. It'd be good if it does, because that would mean we get that going. Let's see if we can get that super thanks goal going, and I'll give one of those jump packs away. I've got so many of them that different ones, and of course the good ones I will cover, and the bad ones I don't tend to cover. I've got loads of dash cams at the moment that are coming in as well. The dash cams are really quite cool. So I have got this one. It's a Red Tiger. This is a really, really good one right here. Dash cam. Thank you, Claire. Thank you for your next super chat. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. So this is the Red Tiger A3 dash cam, and this has actually got a dash cam on the cabin as well. So you've got a front-facing camera, the cabin in the dash cam, and one at the back as well. It's a 2.5K dash cam, so it's not as good as the 4K one, but it's about the same price as the DD-Pi 4K one, but this has got 3 cameras rather than 2. So the DD-Pi one, which I've got right here, this is the DD-Pi, this one right here, this is the DD-Pi Z50 Pro. This is the one that you really want. Thanks, Mohammed. Thank you, buddy, for your super chat. Thank you very much for that. It's very kind of you. This is the DD-Pi, what do we call that? The Z50 Pro. Thank you, Paul Hutchinson. Thank you for your super chat as well. That's very kind of you. You're all very, very kind of keeping this channel going and keeping me doing what I do. But yeah, so this is actually good, and I've test driven this one. This is the one that I installed in the car. The one thing I would say about this one over the Red Tiger, so the Red Tiger comes with an intelligent fitting kit, and it also comes with a plug-in 12-volt charger fitting kit. Okay, this one, what it doesn't do is it doesn't come with a 12-volt installer. It comes with the intelligent fitting kit, the wires, but they have to be fitted into the car by either an auto electrician or someone that knows what they're doing. So there's not a plug and play as such. You have to fit it, but it is great. Hello, Stephen. How you doing, buddy? Good to have you along. But if you are doing it and it's going to be installed in the car, I'd highly recommend doing it in the with the intelligent kit, because what it does, it gives you a parking guardian. Because so when you are parked up, the parking guardian is monitoring your car the whole time. So if someone knocks your car when you're not there, this is picking it up. So I think that's a really, really good feature. Hello, Sid. How are you tonight? Good to have you along. Hope you're all doing well. I don't go out other than service my car or appointments. That's the best way to be. I wish Mohammed is a saint. Mohammed is an absolute saint. He is a big support of this channel. He's also one of my channel mods, so he keeps us all safe. Himself and Vanessa and Richard George are three of the mods on the channel. So when you're on tonight, and if any nonsense gets said in the chat, they take it all away. Thank you very much for that super chat. Who is that? That's Keith. Thank you very much, buddy, for your super chat. Very kind of you. And Hugo's on. Hello, Hugo. How are you? Halloween 9206. That is Hugo. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I know you follow me over on TikTok as well. So, of course, I am on TikTok as well as here on YouTube. So, thank you very much, Mr. George. How are you tonight? It's Monday night and it is Andycharger live. And of course, most of you that are commenting now and putting up messages, hopefully, many of you are going to be here at the weekend. So, we have been frantically working the garden this weekend, getting it ready. So I think we're all good. Just fitted my Apple CarPlay unit and looks mint. Brilliant, Hugo. I'm glad you've got that sorted. They are fantastic. That one that I fitted in the Fiesta, the iDoing one, it's absolutely bang. Do you want Super Chat or PayPal? Mrs. Chugs, whichever. I don't mind. Obviously, YouTube does take its cut off the super thanks, but yeah, I'm happy for either. What time is kickoff Sunday? So right here on Sunday is Springfest, and Springfest is starting at 10 a.m. So be here at 10 a.m. to get parked up. There will be, so we're doing, we are doing, the Springbank Kitchen are doing breakfast bacon rolls and a vegetarian option for breakfast as well. So there'll be breakfast options. So if you've got a long journey and you're getting here for 10 a.m., there will be breakfast options. But of course, they will also be doing their range of savoury bakes, sweet treats, coffees, teas, soft drinks, and burgers as well. So there's definitely burgers for lunch as well. So we've got lots of like food throughout the day. So you'll be kept fed, watered, all available purchase from the Springbank Kitchen, who are going to be set up on the day here. Now, for those of you that haven't tried the Springbank Kitchen cakes before, where have you been? They are well renowned. Most people on here that have been before will know how good those cakes are. So looking forward to sharing them. So Claire's put, what do you think about cutting the cooling pipes out of the power steering? I'm hearing noises now. Yikes. Cutting the cooling pipes. Yeah, so I think, Claire, that you had a pipe made up, didn't you, by Pertec? And rather than putting all the bends in the pipe to be for the cooling, they've just given you like a straight pipe, like a flexi pipe, one to, A to B. And I don't think that's going to work because it does need to go around those bends to allow the fuel to cool off and go around the engine in the right way. So I think it definitely needs. I would take it back to them and say that's not going to work, to be honest, Claire. So definitely check that out. Simon, hi Andy, see you at the weekend. Looking forward to Simon. Looking forward to seeing you guys at the weekend as well. It's going to be so great. There's so many people that are going to be here that came to the International TT show as well. It's going to be great to catch up with people again because, I think we've got such a really good group of people now in our TT group. People I count you all as my really good friends. It's not just like Mrs. Jugs. Wow, thank you so much. That is so kind. £20. That is so kind of you to send that. You guys do so much for me. I just can't thank you enough for all you do. I'm gonna have to find you something special on Sunday when you're here. Maybe it's subframe Sunday. Bring your tools. Fluid boiling, yeah, I think that would probably happen if you do it. Hope Lee's well. Is he in the bath? Because he normally he jumps in the bath, doesn't he, when we're on live on a Monday night? I hope he's with it being bank holiday, I hope it's the day off. But what about the diameter of the cooling pipe? The one they gave me is narrow. Yeah, I would imagine that the diameter of the cooling pipe, the bend in the cooling of the power steering pipe, it's power steering as we're talking about, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it has to be that route because it's done that way. If I remember rightly, it's got that long run and then like a 180 and then a return. And I think it sits in front of the radiator to cool itself down. That's the whole point of it. We feel sorry for the impending Hornet attack. No, well, Mohammed, I've solved that because I've got it out the garage and shut the door again. So it's there's no more buzzing now. The Hornets are gone. Trying frankly to get mine fully machine polished and coated. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you on Sunday and catching up, Stephen. Are you now up and running? And have you used that logo? And do I need to put some more logo ideas together for you? Let me know, Stephen. If I'm happy to help you out, buddy. Lee has been to work, got lorry driver's arm, and is now drinking beer. That's the way to be on a Monday night, isn't it? Drinking a few beers. I mean, the flexi rubber pipe they gave me is narrow. Okay. But what about the long hard pipe? Have you got that now? Have you able to do that? I wouldn't. I would have thought the diameter needs to be a certain diameter, I suppose, because otherwise there's going to be more pressure through it if it's too small, or if it's too wide, it's going to be having there's not enough sort of like pressure in the system. I imagine it needs to be consistent throughout the width of the top. Yeah. No, it's been took away. Okay. I'm not sure then, Claire. Is there an Audi specialist around where you are in Glasgow? Because I think if it sounds to me like we need to get you into a specialist around there. I don't know. So what I'm going to do, I might reach out to a few people that are based up in Scotland and see if they can recommend someone for you, Claire. Because I think where you're taking it, it feels a little bit like they're trying to take you for a ride a bit, and I don't like that. I want to make sure that you're being looked after by the right people. So I want to see if I can get you sorted out. So I might speak to. I know Peter Loden's now back on the scene, and he's part of the TT Outcast as well. So we need to see if we can get sorted. Cooling pipes away, just a narrow rubber hose. Yeah, a good TT specialist is definitely the way to go. Yes, Sid, I think we're right there. We need to find someone for Claire, right, guys? So Claire's based in Glasgow. We need to find someone that is basically a TT specialist because I feel her garage is taking her for a ride a little bit, and it's starting to frustrate me a little bit that they are doing that to us. So let's see if we can help Claire out and get it right for her first time. You know what I mean? But just gonna have a quick drink, guys, because I'm absolutely parched. It's so dry out here. Cheers. Needed that. But yeah, so guys, have you been to any shows this weekend? I did see there was a show that took place today, actually, I think it did. So there was a show that took place at the Motorist. And if you haven't been to the Motorist, it's a really nice little venue, actually, just outside Leeds, at Sherburn and Elmet, I think it's called. And the only trouble is with it, I think there's a massive queue to get in there. Of course, bank holiday, great weather, it's going to be really busy. And I have seen some feedback from people saying that the queues to get in were quite bad today. So I think that a lot of feedback. Queues for food and drink there as well was quite long. It's a great little venue, I have to say. Lots of different cars. I didn't get an invite to it, but it's a long way for me to go anyway. But I think the Yorkshire TT owners had an event there today. I think it's a German car meet. So hopefully they had a great day. I'm sure we'll see some pictures in the various groups as well. So hope you guys have all had a great day if you've been to it. If you have, then let us know how it was. And this weekend, Peter Loden, you're on there, buddy. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much, Peter, for your donation. While I've got you on, I've got Claire in the chat, and we're trying to find a TT specialist in around Glasgow. Do you know of anybody? Because if anyone knows, you're the man to ask. I think that she's having a lot of problems with her power steering pipes, and I think that she's being taken for a ride by a garage a little bit. They're not really coming through for her. So if you can recommend someone around the area, that would be really helpful, buddy. Thank you if you can. But yeah, just going back to upcoming shows. For those of you, I know Pertex gave me a single high pressure rubber hose, no cooling pipes, no metal at all, except the banjos at the end. Yeah, see, I don't think that's right. You know, I think they need to have given you the whole pipe. But on the show scene, I used to do a monthly show video, didn't I? I don't know if you recall that, and I had a lot of great feedback because it's so good that you're doing those videos. It keeps us up to date, and people aren't aware of shows going on without using that because maybe they don't use Facebook, maybe they don't use Instagram, so they're not aware of these shows that come up. Sometimes people are a bit social media fearful, I guess is the right term, but they watch YouTube, so they used to like that the video would come out. However, I found it a bit of a challenge towards the end because I was finding myself chasing people up asking if events are coming up. So what I'm doing now is if I see an event coming up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about it on a Monday night and put it in the chat, right? Just because I know that that's a good way of doing it. So I know this weekend coming, it's a Sunday. Thank you, Jeff. Very kind of you, buddy. You're an absolute gent, as always. Thank you very much. I've got a special gift for you on Sunday. I forgot what I was talking about now. Oh, yeah, the shows. So, of course, Sunday is Springfest, but on Saturday there are 2 shows going on, believe it or not. I don't know why, but my super chats aren't going up. The super chat, you're all sending super chat, which is brilliant, but my goal isn't going up, which is really weird, even though you're putting the super chats in. I don't know why that is. Very strange. But I'm sure we've hit the jackpot anyway. I'm sure we've hit the limit. On Saturday there are 2 shows going on. The first one, there is a show going on that is organised by the 3 Counties team. I haven't got the details in front of me now, but they are putting it. So if you look on the 3 Counties Facebook page, there's a show on Saturday morning starting at 9 o'clock. And I believe that there is also a show going on that Steve Marchant's organised, and that's on the TT Addicts group. So if you're looking to go to an event on Saturday and you're in the south coast, there is one down somewhere in Hampshire. It's on the Audi TT Addicts group. You can get all the details of it. I should have it to hand, but it's on the phone. And of course, the phone is currently doing a live broadcast, so I can't get to it. But one show that is coming up, and Jeff is on here right now. So Jeff is organising the Essex Breakfast Meet on Saturday, June the 27th. That is taking place at the Castle Pub in Great Leys. If you've not been there before, great bit of food they do, great breakfast, and it's a nice car park with lots of parking. We have some great TTs there. I think it's a 9 o'clock start. Is that right, Jeff? If you can confirm that in the chat. But yeah, I don't know why the draw's not changing, Mohammed. I'm not sure about that. I didn't want to mention it's bugged the draw. No, it's we'll definitely do it. I think we've hit. I'm sure that the goal was £5. Was 10 £5 donations. We're currently at £61.55, I think. So we've had lots of great donations. I know some people have put more than the £5 on. So I think if we get 10 donations, then we can do it. And I think there's 8 donations at the moment. I think there's 8 to 2 more, and we can do the draw. But we'll do that on Sunday. So if you are here on Sunday, every person that comes Sunday will be eligible for winning one of those jump packs. We'll do that way. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. And anyone that's in the chat tonight, any of my members, you will also be entered into the draw as well. All right, so that way everyone gets it. So anyone that's given a donation tonight, anyone that's a member, anyone that's here Sunday, we'll put you in a draw. There you go. We'll do it that way. That's the best way of doing it. Making it up as I go along. But yeah, so the event that's coming up on the Saturday, the 27th of June. So we are still 4 weeks away from that. So 4 weeks on Saturday. That is going to be a fantastic event at the castle in Great Leys, starting at 9 o'clock. Oh, 8:30 it starts, sorry. 8:30, Jeff said. It will start from 8:30 at the castle in Great Leys. Brilliant. So Jeff, do you want to put the postcode up on the chat, and I'll read it out. If you've not been to one of Jeff's meets before, they are fantastic. It's a lot of great, knowledgeable people from around Essex and Suffolk and Kent and further afield. People come from all over for that event. Jeff does also do a Thursday night show sometimes on Southend Seafront, which is also pretty cool. It can be a bit tricky to get into, and of course, in high summer, it's a nice place to go. But if you are interested in coming on to that, I'm sure Jeff will be organising one of those also. James Stills, but okay, if it's high pressure, you will need to have a hydraulic press, I would imagine. Okay, so yeah, so I think Claire, to get this part all sorted, definitely needs a bit of work. I'm okay. Pass it on to someone who doesn't have a jump pack. Genuine lifesaver. Yeah, they are. Thank you, Mo. You're an absolute diamond. You know, you're always very supportive, donating memberships to people and all sorts. It's just you guys are just fantastic, and I hope you enjoy what I do during during these live shows, guys. It's always good to have you all along and chat and help you out and sort of talk about just life in general, what's going on with the cars. And guys, if you've got any questions, that'll all be a good one again on the seafront. Yeah, it's a great one, isn't that one? It's an absolute great show, that seafront one. But guys, if you've got any questions, I know we've got some comments going on there about Claire right now and trying to help Claire out. But if you've also got any sort of questions you want to ask me, then please pop it in the chat and I'll see if I can help and answer any questions you may have for me. I was talking about those dash cams. I've also got another dash cam, and this is hello. So this is the Z90 Pro. So we talked about the Z50, and this is an even bigger one right here. So this is a 3-channel set. So this has got 3 different cameras. It's got a 4K camera, okay, a 2K camera, and a 3K camera. So even the reverse camera, the rear view camera, is 3K. So this is an absolutely bonkers high-end camera. So this camera set I'm actually going to take with me to France. I'm going to install it in this car and we're going to take this one to France because I think for being out there it's good to have lots of cameras on us so we can record stuff. I can record the footage, clip some camera footage out as well, and I can show you and share with you our trip, because when we're out there I'm going to be doing my broadcast while I'm in France. I do want to share with you, what I've been seeing, what I've been doing in France. Maybe I might try and do a live meetup while we're in France. So, guys, if you're watching in France and you want to do a live meetup with me while you're there, it'd be really good if you can. But yeah, I'm just missing some of the comments. I just want to miss that. It's pretty crazy that there isn't a decent TT specialist in Scotland. Yeah, that is mad. Going to pick up bonnet for my TT, only £60. That's pretty cool. Better than 300, 400 for a respray. Yeah, absolutely. As long as it's good nick. There's probably lots. I just don't know many in Glasgow area. Okay, sorry, Peter. That was me putting you under a bit of pressure there, saying you'd probably know. So apologies if you don't know someone there, and I'm sure we can find someone. Does a TT bonnet fit inside TT? No, it doesn't. Definitely doesn't. Yeah, you won't fit a TT bonnet in a TT. Definitely not. So I had someone come and so the black breaker car. Someone came and bought the bonnet off that actually, and they drove over from Basingstoke in a transit, like a van, and they only just got it in the back of the transit. That's how big the bonnets are. But what is quite interesting on a TT bonnet is how light it is. So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, actually, one of my fellow players at my hockey team, John Drain, and he is looking to buy a track car. He messaged me this afternoon. He said, "Sorry, it's bank holiday, but can I ask you a few questions?" I said, "Yeah, of course you can, babe." So he said he's looking to buy a 180 Quattro as a track car, and what was my thoughts? And I said, well, if you're buying it as a track car, I would be looking for, if you're going to go down the 180 route, I'd be looking for a front-wheel drive one, because the Quattro is probably it's probably going to be the heaviest for power output of all of them if you're buying a 180 Quattro, because the Quattro part of the gear system is very heavy. It's quite cumbersome. It's going to slow you down. Obviously, the 180, the turbo spools much quicker, so off the line it'll be much quicker, but it's not going to have the power output or tunability of the 225. So I did say, if you're going to go down the 180 route, try and go for a front-wheel drive one. So he was going to go off and look at some options behind that. But we were talking about weight saving on it as well. And there are some, the one he showed me, it's had a lot of interior taken out, but it had both the passenger seat and the driver's seat. Well, the passenger seat in a track car is a lot of unnecessary weight, because it is quite a lump of weight, that, a passenger seat. It does weigh quite a bit. So I'll definitely strip that out. Yeah. Yeah, exactly that, Richard. That's why I said to him that the 180 two-wheel drive is the way forward. Essex TT made all marks of TT welcome. There we go. CM3 1NE, and that is taking place on Saturday, June the 27th from 8:30. I will be there at that event. as well. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing all of you that come along to that. I'm also looking forward to seeing many of you this Sunday here at Springfest. Don't forget. So we're starting at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Sorry, Sunday. I will rephrase that. Sunday. It's not Saturday. And that I'm saying that and making it quite clear it's Sunday because last year we did have someone come on Saturday and they turned up at about 11 o'clock Sunday on the Saturday morning, and I saw them on the drive. I said, "Oh, you okay?" And then, "Yeah, we're here for the meet." I said, "Yeah, you're actually 24 hours early," and they'd driven all the way down from somewhere like Leicestershire way. So they turned around and they went home. I did say if they want to get somewhere to stay locally, they're more than welcome to do so and stop for some food and that. But they weren't on their way, unfortunately. And unfortunately, they're not coming this year. But we are going to hold a second Springfest. So those of you that can't make it this weekend, or those of you that are coming anyway and want to come a second time, we are going to be doing another one in August as well. So there you go. So will be one that will be released. Once this is taking place Sunday, I'll release the date for the next one. So my 180 is great in central London, but tuning parts is not so useful. Yeah, that is a bit of a challenge. I have the 152 wheel drive Roadster, tuned to 180, and it feels very zippy, also on track. Yeah, so the 150 Roadster, I think that they're always two-wheel drive. They don't do a Quattro 150 Roadster anyway, so they're all two-wheel drive. And you get two different turbos on that version of the engine. You get the K03 and the K03S. And I think the K03S is a bit more zippy and you can do a bit more tuning with that than the K03. So that would be the ideal setup if you've got the K03S. I think, Peter, you had a car, didn't you? Your Roadster, I think, was a 180 or maybe a 150, I think, was it, Roadster. And you'd had that pretty much tuned up. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be going to hospital on the wrong day. That won't help. But yeah, I've definitely come to the August one as long as I've not broken my TT and still have a driving license. Yeah, that would be helpful if you've got a driving license. And if you've got the rings on your engine again, I expect, Paul, because I think you said they flew off the car. Yeah, you had a K03 S150 tuned to 210. So that's pretty big, for a power increase. That is massive, isn't it? So if you're going from a 150 to 210, that's, it's like going from at that sort of power, an equivalent. It's like from going from 225 up to over 300, isn't it? A lot more than 300 as well. So that's a massive power increase. And obviously it's a front wheel drive car as well, so it's going to be quick. Adam Tanker's just sent me a message. I can't answer that right now because I'm currently in a live broadcast, but I'm sure he's sending me something. He's coming on Sunday, or he was. Hopefully he's still coming. My tune did say it was an option, but it's my daily. Right, yeah, I get that. K3 is zippy, but runs out of steam stage 1 next. Yeah, front mounted killer. Funny enough, that's exactly what I said to John today, actually, to John Drain. I said that if you're going to go with that 180 front wheel drive, definitely get a front mount intercooler on it as well to give you the extra bit of bite. That's really going to help. Same as the 180 tuning, the 150 ECU was the only thing that took away 30 brake horsepower from the 180 version. No, I didn't know that. Here we go. Should we do mystery part of the day? Here we go. Anyone know what this is? If I put the part number on the screen, that's gonna give it away. So I'm not going to put the part number because you'll Google it. But there you go. Does anyone know what that is? Anyone know what that is? I'm waiting. All right, clever clogs. Yeah, it's the fan module. So there you go. There's the part number right there on the side. It is the fan module. Well done, Peter. So I noticed, and the reason I'm bringing this up is I was stripping down the black car and taking off as many parts as I could. And I noticed this in the engine bay attached to the loom. I thought, I wonder what that is. So I thought, I Googled the part number. So I Googled the part number, and there it was. It's the fan relay control module. And I thought, that's interesting, because normally people moan about the fans failing on the car. And they say, I've changed the fuses, and I've changed the fans. But what they don't mention this part. Now, what I've read about this is this can fail it is freely available to be replaced. They're about £23 to buy, and you can still buy them from the dealership. So there you go. So if you've got a problem with your cooling fans not coming on or staying on, or they don't start at all, I'd check that it might not be this part that has failed rather than just fuses that are gone. So definitely worth keeping your eye out for that part. So there you go. That's something to know for the future. So that's also a pretty cool part. What else was I going to cover off tonight? I talked about the dash cams, talked about the car pals, talked about the headlights. Obviously, for those of you that that know, obviously, well, I'm sure you all know Brian, but so BWSTT is going to be here live next Sunday as well with me. So I'm hoping we're going to do a live while he's here, and we can answer a lot of questions for you online. For those of you that aren't attending, it'll give you an insight into ask any questions that may be a bit beyond me. But we'll do a live next weekend, and hopefully that will that will help you guys that aren't attending to get some more information. Obviously, with Bryn being here, be ready with your questions, be ready for any advice. He is taking on some private bookings still, so he's still doing work on TTs. He's quite actively back on the scene now, and obviously he's doing his Tuesday night news bulletin, so don't forget to choose in on that. So I think he's changed the format now from being like the widescreen long play format to just a very small short section. So I think he's just changed it because it's easier for us to make shorts than it is for take a lot of time to put a long play video together. I think the long play videos really help if they're a deep dive. If you want to see how-tos, they're very good to have the widescreen format. They're also very good if you are wanting to sit down and listen to a bit of a story about the Audi TT, the background. So some of my sort of investigations I've done on a few things, it's good to have it in the widescreen format as well. So hopefully you enjoy those. And guys, if there is anything you want me to cover on the channel, then let me know. I'm always happy to cover things off. Again, one thing I'm covering this week, or will be covering, and Bryn did mention it in his video last week, is I'm going to be changing the spark plugs, because 2 are nicely accessible on the 1.8, but 2 are not nicely accessible due to that vacuum unit. What parts would you take off a TT being scrapped and keep in case you can't get them? Claire Burke. That is, yeah, my garage is full of those parts right now, Claire, because the breaker that's outside I have stripped down. So some of the things that I took off that car that I have saved and stored that are available, even if the things are available, you can't go to Brilliant. Well, while he's here on Sunday, I'll make sure he's available for you, Mo, if you want to get hold of him. I've got like the alternator on the shelf. I've got a starter motor on the shelf. Most bits of the engine, most of the electrical components and sensors and stuff, and not because I'm thinking about them being a long-term fix, but they will get me out of trouble as an emergency fix if I get a problem with the car. So I've got lots of bits on the shelf, lots of the pipes that you talk about, Claire, lots of the power steering pipes. They're all here ready because they're in good condition. So I've kept hold of a lot of those parts so they're ready to go. Brake calipers, you can't get hold of those anymore, so it's worth having a set of those on the shelf in case you'll seize. Subframes are another item that you can't get hold of. You have to get hold of them from a breaker because they're no longer available. I've got one hanging up. I've got 2 hanging up right now. I've got those subframes on the car outside on the breaker. The trouble is, if I take the subframes off, I can't move the car, which means scrapping the car is going to be very difficult. I'm going to take all the glass off that car as well and put it to one side, because if you break any bit of glass, side windows, rear quarter glass, I've got it here as spares. Always useful to have, because those bits are going to become really hard to get hold of, I think, moving forward. Good video on changing the comfort control module and waterproofing it would be good. I should have done one in the past, very fiddly job. Yeah, I must do a CCM waterproofing video, because it's essential, isn't it, on the Roadster? Because if that back window fails, or if we get any leaks at the back, we know that the CCM module is going to get fried. So that's definitely one to check. It's quite interesting that you read so many posts. You can see posts that start and they say, my windows have stopped working, my roof has stopped working, my central locking stopped working on my Roadster. But it always starts off, it's always electrical, and you think, yeah, and then you say, have you got a bit of a leak in the back? have you got oh, my back window's got a bit of a split in it, so there you go straight away. So you can almost guarantee where the problem's going to be, and it's going to be in that CCM module at the back, because of course that sits on the back. It sits in a little recess on the back void below the carpet, gets wet. All your electrical connections are in there for your, say, your windows, your doors, your fuel flap, your boot release, um, all sorts of electrical components that it looks after, your roof. And of course, if that gets cooked, you are in a bit of trouble. But the good thing is now that if you have got your CCM that's failed, you can get them repaired as well. You haven't got to get them replaced, you can get them repaired. There's a great guy down in Hemel Hempstead by the name of Sean Blenko. He's Motive Electronics, and he fixes the CCM module. So if you need it get fixed, definitely the guy to speak to. I would cover it in a battery grease protector and bag it, the CCM as prevention method. Yeah. Another thing I do as well in that void, as I've said before, is having one of these. So this is like a moisture bag. So if you stick this down, the void's got quite a bit of space in it. So if you put that in there as well, this is going to suck the moisture up at least. Just keep it away from the CCM, so if it gets wet, but make sure you check on it frequently and take it out. Just keeps it, yeah. That's the thing about putting them in a bag. If you seal them up, they get condensation. But if you put something like this in there, this will suck the moisture out. You can take this out, put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, boil it up, stick it back in the car, and it do the same job. A random question. How do you record a TTS sound for good video capture? I can't quite replicate it. A lot of that is down to, Sid, a lot of that, what you're trying to do, is down to the audio mic capability you have. So a phone is not going to record good quality of it. So I've got these great mics on my TikTok shop, actually. So if you're not following me on TikTok as well, check me on TikTok. You can get all these little gadgets on there. So these give you really good, they do a lot of sound deadening as well. So they block out a lot of residual sound. They just pick up the sound that you want. They are directional. You can set these up at the back of the car, pointing at the exhaust is the way I would do it if you're looking for that exhaust note. Don't clip it onto the exhaust itself or on the car, but if you point it at the exhaust, directional towards it, it should pick it up. If you've got a couple of them, what you can do, if you can record in stereo, you can get 2 layers of the sound, and you can do the balance in the edit, so you can bring the bit down that you want. And I'd also recommend a decent quality set of mics is what it's all about. Audio on phones not going to cut it. That's just my thoughts. I just bought some Audi battery grease for the alternator terminals and earth lines. Good, a good quality GTI mic. Yeah. A lot of things there. So I use Rode mics actually. So these are my ones that I use with my phone. But I would definitely recommend a set of Rode mics. That's what I use on the GoPro. The Rode mics you can actually clip into your laptop as well off a USB-C cable and use it like a mic on the laptop. Really good quality Rode mics are. They are the best. And you get a pair of them as well on the white. So the version I've got is the wireless Go 2 or wireless Pro 2. Is it wireless? No, wireless Go 2 they are. And the 2 is like Roman numerals 2. So wireless Go 2. You get a pair of in a box, and then they also clip into the GoPro. So it's pretty cool. I'm tempted to take the roof off and the lights from a TT being scrapped. Yeah, I mean lights are. You'd have to have the bumper off to get the lights off, Claire. You do need to remove the front bumper to get the lights off, just so you're aware. But they're definitely worth keeping hold of. I've got a range of lights. Looking down the garage now, I've got 3 or 4 different lights in here. A couple of them were broken, of course. Thanks to James, I've now got that repair kit, so I can repair it. Paul Cliff, I don't know if you're on here as well, but he's also doing 3D printed spats and painting them at the moment, and he's going to send me a set. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm not sure if he's sending me silver ones for the Roadster or papaya ones for the 3.2 V6. So yeah, I even heard the Hornet. There you go. Well, it shows you how good the mics are. I'm only using this one little mic tonight, so the other one's not over there. It's not even. It's. I should show you these, shouldn't I, Sid? So these are what I've got. So these you can get these on my TikTok shop, Sid. These are £21. A set of Rode mics is about 280 quid, just so you know the difference. These are £21. You can get it on my TikTok shop, and they come as a pair. So there's the other one in there, and you also get the bit that plugs in the phone. and by plugging it into the phone, you get two microphones. They connect wirelessly, so you can interview someone and get good quality audio. The first time I used these, I think I was, oh no, I didn't use these ones, did I? I think I used these when I interviewed Bryn. So if you want to go and check out my video with Bryn back in October last year, it's on the channel. You'll hear the sound quality of them. In fact, most of my lives are always done with this. If you check any of my TikTok lives out as well, and my TikTok videos, they're all done with these mics because it just easily clips it in the phone and off it goes. A lot of my videos I do on the GoPro, I use the Rode mics, to be honest. All the call overs, everyone. Woo, my birthday in June. Wicked. Happy birthday for June, Mo. It'll be interesting to see what your thoughts are on the ride quality of those call overs and what ones you've gone for. So do keep us posted on that, Mo. The roof is difficult to align. Garages don't like to do it. Yeah. I did some research. Happy birthday call over day. Yeah, I think I did my roof obviously on this car. And it does have a bit of wind noise still now, if I'm perfectly honest. So it's not, it's not an easy job to do. I've drunk so much during this broadcast tonight. It's so warm. Still light outside as well. We have jet washed the decking today, which is a job and a half. If you know my decking, it's a big job, and it's red hot outside as well. But it's done now, and I think the table was having a spray when I came onto broadcast as well. Ron was out there with the cans of spray paint, so do tell her on Sunday. Say, oh, your table looks nice. Sure, it'll make her day. Whether it does or not is a different matter. Let's go. Bilstein, yeah, Bilstein is so Bilstein suspension. Jeff's on obviously, and I went to try and get myself a set of rear springs for Bilstein shocks and springs. And they don't make the springs anymore, so I can't get them. Pretty gutted, really, because I want to put the 3.2. I'd like to do a complete suspension refresh on the 3.2, and haven't been able to get all of the parts I want, so and they're no longer available. So we talk about parts. I do look online, and second-hand stuff pops up, but it just looks a bit tired. It always looks, used. You want to get new old stock is what you want, knocking around in someone's garage. Someone says, oh, I've got a set of 3.2 V6 rear shocks and rear springs, and if they come up, I'm going to buy them. Just put it out there. If anyone knows of a set of the springs, please let me know. I don't think anyone has them. I believe KW V2s are the top end of TT coilovers for fast road. When it comes to shocks, you absolutely pay for what you get. Absolutely, Richard, you absolutely do. My roofer suddenly started to slam down when retracting for the last couple of inches. It never used to do that. I would definitely check, Claire. Either side of the roof, you've got like a piston that has got like a little clip over the top of it that clips it onto a little ball joint on the or like a little nipple on the roof. So make sure they're both attached to either side of the car. You can see them quite clearly. If you get the roof slightly down, you can see the piston where it is. And if it's popped off, that can also cause that problem as well. So check that. Ibex, I'm just sorry, guys. I'm just trying to read through the comments. Hello, Mark. How you doing, buddy? We've been talking about you tonight, actually, on a few different subjects. Firstly, I'll ask you a quick question. Do you ship to South Africa is the first question. We had someone earlier that's looking for a set of silver headlights in South Africa. So let me know if you do that. And guys, if you've got any questions on parts, need any parts, Mark is an absolute one of our trusted breakers in the UK. And I would trust him implicitly with anything you need for the car. So definitely get in touch with Mark if you need any parts. Mohammed back to Peter Coney do a specialist damping system, but not coilovers. I have BC coilovers on the Sport. They are good. Bilstein on the 3.2 because it feels better to me. Yeah, absolutely. I think Bilstein's the way to go. Mr. Bumpy Pickle. It was Mr. Bumpy Pickle, I think, that wanted those. There you go. We can, yes, either through eBay or direct. Mr. Bumpy Pickle, there you go. So you need to speak with Mark Stanley. So Mark, if you and Mr. Bumpy Pickle, I don't know if you don't want to put details in the chat, either of you, you're more than welcome to email me at the channel at Andy_charge@hotmail.com, and I'll put you in touch. If you don't want to share any personal details on here, you can do that, and I'll happily put you both in touch. Also, Mark has all the armrests for TTs. No worries, Claire. There's a set of B14s on one of the groups for sale, full kit. I've tagged Steve Chesham on it. Yeah, is that a brand new set or is that a set of? I think B14s are quite hard, aren't they? They're a bit more of like a track sort of setup. I think. I can't remember the 14s. Yeah, Bumpy, that's the chap to send parts to South Africa. Yeah, there you go. Simon saying hi to Mark. Yeah, yeah, brand new. It's BMing selling them. Yeah, right. Okay, no worries, Mr. Bumpy Pickle. We'll sort you out. We'll make sure that we can get you all you need. So, guys, what have you got going on with the cars at the moment? Let us know. You're forever. Yeah, I think Mark is definitely your guy to go to, guys. If you've got any part questions, anything, Mark, is there anything that you would say right now is no longer available from Audi that you are still stocking as Audi tradition parts that you can still get us? Not using this as a pitch for you to put the parts out there, but is there anything that you feel that people are struggling to get? They don't realise you stock still that you can make sure that people are aware that you sell, because it would always be a good way of letting people know they can get the bits from you. So definitely. Bilstein B4s all round on my 3.2 and no complaints. Yeah, Jeff, I'm going to wait till you're out one night and I'm going to be around with spanners. Yeah, Mark just sold one of the rarest front grills, the Abt grill. Yeah, there was an Abt grill that was. I told a story a few weeks ago actually about an Abt grill. So there's a breaker that not a particularly well-known breaker, but based in Essex, and he sells a few parts for TTs, and not one of the usual breakers. I can't remember his name. I want to call him James or Stephen. Stephen Robinson or James Robinson. Anyway, he's a guy based in sort of Shoebury way, and I went and picked up a bumper for Patrick, my friend Patrick from Belgium, and Patrick wanted it for one of his cars. And if you've seen Patrick's cars on my video, they are absolutely immaculate, pristine. Anyway, Patrick picked up this bumper, 3.2 bumper, had it, and I had to go and pick it up from Shoebury and bring it home. So rather than having it shipped to Belgium, I went and picked it up, brought it here. Patrick came to visit me and I gave him the bumper. So Patrick comes over, and before he gets here, I had taken some pictures of this bumper in my lounge, and it had an Abt grill on it, the 3-bar Abt grill. Anyway, so I'd sent these pictures to Patrick, and I don't know where I put these pictures. Maybe I'd put them on like Instagram or something like that as well. Anyway, a few months ago, so this is probably 18 months later, I'm looking on Facebook Marketplace, and there's a bumper for sale with an Abt grill on it. And I looked at it and I thought, you know, when you see a number plate and you think, I recognise that number plate. Sure, that's like the one I had. Anyway, when I look back at this picture, it was a picture taken in my lounge. And I thought, oh my God, that's the picture I took and stuck it on Instagram of that bumper. So obviously a scammer had got hold of that picture, reposted my picture of that bumper with that grill in it. And yeah, and so the moral of the story is be careful what you are buying on Facebook Marketplace, and make sure that the item you're buying is truly genuine, because there are scammers out there using my pictures to sell parts that they don't even own. And I didn't own it. I was just looking after it for Patrick. So yeah, cheeky. Just looking for the... do you know what? I'd start talking and I forget to scroll through comments, and I really apologise, guys, because you guys put so many comments up and then I miss it. But you're all having a conversation amongst yourself, which I love that. So it allows me to talk. I'm also desperately seeking the system to make the car four-wheel drive again. Previously, I removed it. Okay, so that's the Howdy and the Quattro system, I guess, that you're looking for with the diff. Oh, I thought it was Abt. I should have gone to Specsavers. I'll be looking for suspension refresh this winter, and also I'll do more research on the big brake kit for my 3.2 and I want an exhaust. Yeah, do you know what? I know, Mark, I bought a set of brakes off you. I bought those Brembos off you, and the discs and the pads. and I've used the discs and I've used the Brembo calipers, um, but I bought a set of Brembo pads to go in them because the pads that that you sent me and I bought from you, they were, I think they were race pads. You did tell me they were race pads, but I just think for the road they would take too much time to get heat into them, so I didn't want to use them on the road. So I've still got the pads. Actually, they're on the shelf. So if I ever take it on the track, I can swap the pads out. But I did think, do you know what? They are 4-pot calipers, so they're a great upgrade for the car. Although they are smaller, they're slightly smaller disc than the discs that come off the 3.2. So the discs on the 3.2 are a 332 mil, and the discs that come with the Brembo Seat Cooper R, Seat Leon Cooper R caliper kit that comes off that as an OEM standard fit that fits on the Audi TT is actually a 323 disc. So it is a smaller disc. Yeah, you are going from a twin pot caliper on the 3.2 to a 4-pot caliper. So it's an improved stopping power from that perspective, but the disc is smaller. So it made me think, what was the biggest disc I could probably go up to on the 3.2? And is it worth me upgrading the discs and the calipers on that to go even bigger? You know, maybe I think there's some Porsche calipers you can put, 6-pots you can put on it. I did think maybe I might go and do that as an upgrade in the future. Anyway, Mark, how can you check when a car being broken has failed on? Genuine rear number plate, light, battery and coolant tank screws, seal plugs, side indicators, genuine hardtop covers. The list is endless. That's so Mark has got loads and loads of great parts, guys. So if you want anything for your car, definitely check him out. Yeah, you can check out on the government website the full MOT history check of all cars. So as long as you've got the registration number, you can check out what's going on with them. I don't know about the price, but the 6-pot AP Racing are great. Yeah, I think that they do look pretty cool, don't they? Any thoughts on the hard roof for the Audi TT convertible? Hard to get hold of, buddy. They are one of those parts that ask crazy money, but I think that I guess that the way to look at it is with parts now, and Mark might shout me down here, I don't know. But if I look back maybe 3 or 4, maybe 3 years ago, you could ask 650, £700 for a 3.2 V6 bumper. And I think now that so many cars are being broken and so many cars that have been upgraded have already got those parts, the demand for them seems to be a lot less. And getting a 3.2 bumper, they seem to be more like £400 now, £350, £400. So the market seems to have gone away a little bit for parts like that. And I think the Roadster roof is probably the same thing. There were a finite number of Roadsters made, and there were a finite number of Roadster hardtops made. Now the hardtops seem to pass between cars. When a car gets broken for parts, it's one of the parts that gets sold. So it tends to live on, but the number of Roadsters comes down, but the number of hardtops remains the same. So the demand is actually coming down, I think, for the hardtop roof, which brings the price down. Might be wrong, but it'd be interesting to know what your thoughts are on that, guys. Is ABT? It's ABT, isn't it? I'm asking for a friend. It's ABT rather than ABT. I know another person that knows the answer on it, Jeff. Another Jeff. He's an expert. He told me all about it. Not heard from him for a while, actually. I was just looking at Bilstein B4s today and kind of decided on those because I want stock height and stock ride. Bradley, if you can get hold of the springs for that kit, well done. They don't make them anymore. So a lot of sites advertise them, but you can't get hold of them. I too wanted those because I want the stock standard sort of size and everything. Looks great, really insulates. Peter, not being, if it's been scrapped, I can't find any MOT history. I've read TT Servo is underpowered for 6-pot. I'm looking at Cooper 4-pot next year. So, Mohammed, that's what I've got on the 3.2. I've got the Cooper 4-pots on it. Expensive option, a hard top, probably cheaper to buy a second Cooper ATT. Yeah, but they are less than they once were. Yeah, so Richard, but yeah, I put 6-pots on and they were very spongy. System struggled to cope. Interesting. That's good to know. So it's not just. I'll be back shortly, gents. Got to take a call. Andy, I've just sold a set of 6-pot KM brakes here with discs at 360. Mental size. Yeah, that is a big set of discs. I've done 1 track day and 3 Nürburgring tourist days, and the brakes definitely started struggling now. What's a reasonable upgrade? Pads, rotors. Yeah, I think if you're going to go and do a track day, definitely whatever discs you've got on there, I'd put a set of race pads on. Whatever, if you're comfortable changing things out, have a set of race pads, because you will cook road pads depending what you're doing. I'm sure if you're going around the Nürburgring, you are going to be doing some heavy braking, and it will start cooking. I remember when we went there a couple of years ago, a couple of the lads that went, they really cooked their brakes. And I remember when we went there, I think Bryn he was doing a brake change, I think, on the drive on one of the days that we were actually out there. So he was changing parts as he went. So it's definitely one thing that you can be sure to do if you're going on a track day. If you are on a standard set of 225, 180, 150 brakes, I was surprised to find out that the standard brakes are single pot calipers. Even on the Quattro Sport, they're not bigger calipers on there, I don't think. So if you are on those standard calipers, going up to a set of Seat Leon Cooper R 4-pot calipers with slightly bigger discs and decent set of pads, that would make quite a difference to you, Sid, if you're looking to go that route. Peter Loden, if car has been scrapped, we're really not sure. You'll probably ask the right person. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, absolutely. Still chatting there. Porsche 18Z, that's the one, Stephen. That's the ones that everyone seems to go for, is it? That's the big boys. I had other brake parts too. Richard, under-servoed. Take a while for brake fluid pressure to build up due to the number of extra pistons. Okay. Mr. Bumpy Pickle says the hardtop seems as rare as chicken's teeth. Yeah, but they do come up. You know, I have seen a few up for sale recently. I think they range between about £1,200 to £1,500. Mark says that Claire MOT history online and tap in reg if cars been scrapped and certificate of destruction. There is no way. Can I reuse the springs I have? You can reuse springs as long as they're not damaged. But obviously, if you're putting Bilsteins on there, probably not. I think they're uprated springs. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure they're uprated springs, Bradley. I'm just going. I must have missed. Oh my goodness, I've missed so many comments, guys. I'm so far behind. TT Spares has a set of 6 pots for sale. My springs look good. Reinforced brake lines. How can you tell by looking at the car if it's a 150 or 180? I think you can tell the engine codes are different. Mohammed Claire, General Singer exit. Yeah, I think Claire's asking for the difference between a 150 and a 180 rather than one of those type of cars. They are both single exhaust, but I'm not sure. I think the engine code's different. Yeah, you are right, Peter. But again, you could have a 150 Roadster and a 180 Roadster. I think she's asking how you tell the difference. It'd be on engine code for definite. Open. Yeah, all people. I think they might. I think people are missing your point there, Claire, aren't they? There you go. AUM is the 150. There you go. Right. AUG, ARX, and ARY are the 150. And I think the 150 chipping off now. Andy Bath night. You know, back to work tomorrow. Look forward to it. Yeah. You too, Jeff. Can't wait to see you on Sunday, buddy, and catch up. And we'll book out our September trip up as well. Now that we've got a date in the diary for that, so we can get back to Belgium. See you later, buddy. Yeah, AUM. There you go. So that is the engine code, Claire. So obviously, just so you know, Claire, let's go over that while we can. It's a nice, easy one to check, isn't it, on the car? Oh, there's parts of the bonnet. No, wait. So if we look under here, under the bonnet, and then if it follows me down here. So we're looking on the driver's side part of the engine bay, and this might be in reverse because don't forget the camera is flipping it. There's a little tab just here at the top of your engine. So look where the oil filler cap is. Come to the edge of the engine, and there will be a 3-letter code stamped on like a silver, like I don't know, lip that hangs out. I guess a little tab that hangs out. 3 letters, and mine says BAM, BAM on it. So your one, if it's a 150, will say AUM, and if it's a 180, it will say one of those other codes. There you go, guys. So yeah, night, Jeff. Have a good evening, buddy. But yeah, so that is how you find out your engine code on an Audi TT. It'll be stamped right there on the block on the 1.8T. And yeah, so it's nice and easy to spot. So open the engine bay, open the bonnet, have a look at that tab, and that will tell you if it says AUM, you know you've got a 150 engine. Good way to do it. Again, keep the questions coming in, guys. So there's 21 if you want at the moment. And guys, if you're enjoying what you're watching, definitely give it a thumbs up as well. I said there's 21 of you still watching at the moment. Only got 14 likes tonight. It's quite low on the likes. But yeah, if you are watching, of course, if you are enjoying what you're watching, you're not a member as well, please do click the join link down below. There's a join link for members. It'd be great to have you to join up and support the channel in that way as well. And yeah, there are quite a lot of perks for the members. And of course, we've got this new perk coming that we spoke about. That's Steve Craddock is going to be offering to people, giving them a £200 discount on a full detailing of the car. So that's an amazing perk for members only. So if you want a members only detail of your car and you want Stephen to do your detailing, then definitely join up the channel as a member and Stephen will sort that out for you. Amazing that he's doing that, and I can't wait to help him with his new business venture, get it off the ground, and get him lots of great trade for doing an amazing job. If you've seen his cars, how highly maintained they are, bodywork, you know, and detailing wise, he does a great job. He's got a beautiful Mark 1 Escort, and obviously he's got a lovely couple of TTs as well. So definitely worth checking out his cars. And I'm hoping he's going to teach me how to detail cars. Because I am pretty hopeless when it comes to cleaning cars. I chuck a bucket of water over it and that's about as good as I get, which is a shame because this one is, you know, bodywork wise, it isn't too bad. It's got a bit of paint missing here and there, which I can't help about. And the bum bit of paint I lost off the front of the bumpers because I put a bit of brake fluid on the paint and chipped it off, believe it or not, bubbled it off. I was absolutely gutted by that, but that's another story. So always make sure you clean your hands when you are handling brake fluid around the paintwork. I'm off to the off for the night. Take it easy, Andy, and chat. Thanks, Pete. Great to have you on tonight, buddy. Always great to speak. It's so good to have you back in the scene because you're such a passionate Audi TT Mark 1 person. Great to have you back in the community. I tried washing the car, scrubbed one wheel yesterday and gave up. Yeah, it's I did. So my son's Fiesta has got had a misfire on cylinder 1. We found using that moo card then swapped the spark plug out for him. But I got in it and it's just like a bomb site in his car, and it's only a 16 plate Fiesta, so it's not that old. So I was so offended by it, I actually scrubbed his front seats in the hot weather because I knew that they would dry out. So I've cleaned his front seats for him. So that's the only bit of detailing I've done for cars this weekend. You'll be at Springfest on Sunday. Indeed, you will, mate. So we can catch up then. Looking forward to that. And we'll talk about logos and yeah, branding, all that sort of stuff for you. So I can help you wherever you want helping with. I'm happy to help people out. I do want to do. I haven't really spoken about it, but I am going to try and branch out a little bit on YouTube. Not so much get away from any of the content I'm doing, but just adding a new sort of like layer to it. And what I want to try and do is help people that are starting to do a YouTube channel for the first time, let's say. So if you know, trying to help with ideas, not secrets of success, because I'm not, you know, I'm only a small channel myself, but there's a lot of mistakes you make when you first start a YouTube channel, and there's no like instruction manual out there, but there's a lot of tips and tricks you can give people to help them grow a channel. Talk about times to post, talk about subjects to write about, talk about your video title, your description, all those features that people try and charge you for. Actually, there's a lot of companies that write to you and they say, "Oh, we can help you with that." No, you don't. You just need to use your noddle really a little bit, and you need to, you know, put this information out there. You can sort of create a lot of this yourself. Creating a good thumbnail is important, you know, for making people attract someone's attention. Think of it as like people that watch YouTube. I guess that you yourself, you know, you'll see you'll search for a load of videos and all those pictures that will appear, and you're going to click on the one that looks nice, aren't you? It's a bit like we used to go to rent a video from the video shop. You'd pick the one with a nice picture normally because you know that's what you want. You want to pick the nice picture. So if you've got a really boring thumbnail, people aren't going to click on it. If your thumbnail doesn't tell you what is going on that video, you're not going to click on it. So all that sort of stuff I thought would help people out, and that's to that level. Like my sister-in-law is a DJ that we've talked about. You know, I've done a video for her, so please go and check out that promo video that I've done for my sister-in-law. It's only had a few views because we've only just put it out today. It's just out for her. So it's on my channel, Mel C, it's called. Go and check out her video. I filmed that on Saturday night for her and did a quick edit last night. It's only a couple of minutes long, set to a great drum and bass track by I think it's by Mosey, that track. It's not monetized, so I don't get anything for it as well. It's because it's obviously a commercial track, but it's really cool. I've done some really good camera angles and just to sort of like help people and get people out there and try and help her now. So I'll try and grow her brand as well, maybe. So anyone that wants, and like Stephen, I know that you're going to launch your business, and I'm happy to help you try and do that as well. We try and all help each other out here. That's what I'm here for, is to pass on knowledge and help not only on the Audis but also on everything else I do in life. I'm also going to build, and I want it for in here on a Monday night. You know that you can see like the number of subscribers someone has on like a clock. You sometimes see them when you go to the Ariane Hotel's got one. So when you add a new subscriber, it rolls all the numbers on and it increases by one. Well, I thought I'm going to build one of those. So I'm going to build like a little LED one of those, a ticker. Yeah, a ticker, exactly that. So I'm going to build a subscriber ticker for here in the garage. So when we're watching, if we get subscribers that join during the video, I'm going to build it with a Wemos. If you heard of a Wemos, it's like a little tiny computer with some little LCD screens into a box. I'm going to have it maybe hanging from the ceiling. And when someone subscribes to the channel, I'm going to have it roll on by one. But I'm also going to put some sound into it so it like makes a beep or something or plays a little tune. So every time we get someone come on, you'll hear that and you'll see that increase. And of course, if anyone leaves the channel, it'll play maybe a bit of sad music or a little nasty noise so we know someone's left. Hopefully no one leaves though. But I think that will be a cool little feature. I might do a little video on how to build it, because once I've built one, there's a couple of people out there that have sort of done it, but I'm thinking, no, I'm going to build one myself from scratch. I'm going to write the code myself, and once I've done it, I'll publish it all up there for people to build their own one. You know what I mean? It's all good to help people out. I'm looking at CAN bus sniffing for custom digital cluster dials. Yeah, so Mohammed, if you're interested in that, so there is a guy that's based up in Sheffield called Ben Griffiths, and Ben is building an LCD dash for a Mark 1 right now. He's putting a lot of work into that. A really great project. So I'll definitely check out Ben of the North on Instagram if you've not met Ben. He's building these LCD dials. Once he's done it, I do want to track him down and maybe do a video with him on how he puts it all together, because I think that'll be really, really quite interesting. I've still got, I'm still hoping my my exclusive interview is going to come off. I have been messaging the guy to see if I can get in touch with him and get him in front of a camera and speak to him, do an interview. It's going to be an amazing coup for the channel if I can talk to him. But that's still going on at the moment in the background. Hopefully I can pull that off. I did send him an invite to come to SpringFest. I mean, if he turns up at SpringFest, I'll be very surprised, but I will be blown away if we could get him here for SpringFest, because he is very big in the car design world, particularly with the Audi TT Mark 1. So there's a bit of a clue for you. My car needs the roof down during the sun, air out the whole interior. Yeah, it gets a bit smelly on the rotors, but I think that's down to the damp again. So definitely get those bags into your car, get those like moisture bags into the car clear and suck it all out. Yeah, you can rent an ozone machine to get the smells out. Yeah, and you can get those little air bomb things you put off in your car that you put all your blowers on the car, put the roof up, and it sucks it all through your air conditioning as well. So it deodorizes all your air conditioning, and that's what you need to do, because it might be all coming through there too. Thanks, Andy. Found him. Digital needs to be done tastefully, and that's definitely subjective opinion. Yeah, check him out, Mo. Great guy though. Bradley said, Claire Burt, do some chlorine dioxide in it with a closed up for 24 hours. Yeah, definitely. That's a good way of doing it. There's lots of great ways of filtering your cars. Give them a clean, give them a nice deodorizer and making them smell fresh. No, it's Phil P hasn't been on tonight. I reckon he's a bit tied up tonight. He's normally on and chatting. He tends to watch the lives back the next day. I think he has a phone call with his daughter, I think he says, on a Monday night. So I think he watched it back. So hopefully, Phil, if you're watching this tomorrow, give you a little shout out because you haven't been on tonight, and hopefully you'll be watching on the treadmill or somewhere tomorrow, no doubt. But yeah, I mean, a few busy days ahead. Wednesday night's obviously going to be the Fiesta broadcast. So, guys, if you want to join us for the Fiesta broadcast, where we talk about that plug change and doing the scan on the car this week, do need to get on with getting these jobs done on the roadster tonight. Once I'm off, so I think I'll be live for about another 6 minutes, and then I'll probably drop off tonight because I do want to get on and get some jobs done for SpringFest. I've got a load of printing still to do for SpringFest. Yeah, just a load of stuff that needs to be done. And then we've also got what's that? Do you think I should take the heater out a scrap car? I'm hearing whirring when I switch off. So when you turn the engine off, there is normally a run on. Although I'm not sure on the 150 if it has one, but is it the secondary air pump that you have that has like a run on it that basically keeps pumping water around, pumping coolant round to keep the turbo cool, cools the turbo down. You'll always have that sound going, so it's like an after run pump. It's not yeah, there you go. So it's an after run pump. You're always going to have that clear. It will always run on for about 5 minutes afterwards. It's quite normal. It's there to cool your turbo down. Because what happens is when your car is turned off and you've been running it, the turbo is hot, and if you don't have that coolant going through, it will continue to heat up, and build up, and then damage the turbo. Not on a 150 secondary water pump is missing. I have that part at home. Okay. Only secondary. Oh, right. Okay. This is what I use, and it worked well. Okay. I thought it did have one on the 150 and the 180 to cool it down. Might be wrong, but I thought that's what it had. But anyway, we'll see what someone says. TT's pass said no. Okay. I take it as they know more than I do. They deal with it on a daily basis. So I would say they know more about it than me, Mo. I'm just a wee man in a house with a car in a garage on a Monday night, talking all about TTs and stuff I can help you with, stuff that we can all help each other with on here, because obviously the channel's for. It's bringing everyone together on a Monday, chatting about things, putting people in touch. There's some whirring noise after shutdown. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's normal. I'm pretty sure it's either one. I'm pretty sure it's the after run pump. I thought they all have the after run pump to keep the turbo cool, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. But say we'll be live for another 3 minutes, and then we'll probably wrap it up. The 17 of you still out there, guys. So I hope you've had a good evening tonight, watching me and listening to me talking about TTs, talking about the different products I've got going on, and obviously looking forward to seeing many of you on Sunday here on the channel. And I will be live Sunday morning, so there will be 2 lives this weekend. So you'll have the normal Monday night live, but we'll also have a live during SpringFest. We'll broadcast live. We'll share with you the cars. We'll walk around the garden. We'll show you the different cars we have. I might actually broadcast from my roof. I might get up on the roof and show you there. Might struggle to get Bryn out the window though, so I might have to get him up on a ladder, or maybe we'll do it on the floor. We'll see what we do. But I can't expect him to climb out of windows like I do. It's not really fair on people. But yeah, we'll definitely do a live this Sunday from SpringFest. We'll show you the cars that are here. We'll do a bit of question and answer session. Looking forward to catching up. Yeah, me too, Richard. Can't wait. We'll give you a shout. We'll do Buddy if I need anything. I'm pretty sure we should have most things covered. But yeah, I'll if there's anything we need, I'll give you a shout. But looking forward to seeing yourself and everyone else that'll be coming on Sunday. It's always a good show at the garden here, isn't it? So we have a great turnout, lots of great people, and there'll be quite a lot of new faces. I think they're coming for the first time on Sunday, which would be great. A lot of repeat visitors. I know many of you have been to the garden many times before, and yeah, it's always a good night, isn't it, when we all get together. Andy, have you got any red Andycharger t-shirt? So Stephen, I have on the channel. If so, the t-shirts and the merchandise is all available on my website. It's not available here to purchase. There's a few things that will be here to purchase on Sunday. I've got a couple of extra large Springfest t-shirts in white, but everything else is now available on the channel. So you buy it direct, you buy it in your size and your color. So if you want a red Andycharger t-shirt, Steve, you need to go onto you need to jump onto my site, which is sellshirts.com/marketplace/Andycharger, and there is a red Andycharger t-shirt on there. You choose the size you want. I think they're £20 the t-shirts, and it will post it straight to your house, so you haven't even got to worry. If you do it tonight, you might have it for Sunday, so I'd recommend jumping on now. And the best people have red Andycharger t-shirts. Yes, they do, Richard, because Richard also has one that we ordered off the that I ordered off the site. It was shipped to me when it Richard, and then I got it to you. But if you order it tonight, Steve, it might be with you at home for Sunday. They are pretty quick at sending them out. That's what's made me think there's definitely do a red one, but it is definitely coming. They definitely have one on the site. And of course, guys, if you anything you want, Andycharger wise, merchandise wise, t-shirts. If there's colours or hoodies that you want that's not on the site, drop me a message and I will make sure that that colour is available for you to buy. So don't ever think, oh, I haven't got the colour that I want. Message me, I can put it on the site for you, and then you'll be able to purchase it direct from the site. Yeah, thanks. Hi, Simon. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to hear from you. Great to chat with you, and hopefully I'll see you very, very soon. And we'll see you. Yeah, hopefully get together. But yeah, anything you need from me on the channel, let me know. Drop me an email, and I will. Yeah, always happy to help via email, chat, whatever you need. Put you in touch with the relevant people. But thanks all for jumping on tonight. I'm going to get off now and try and continue to get this house ready for Sunday. Looking forward to seeing you all Sunday here on either on the channel watching or here in the garden. Can't wait. Fingers crossed for the weather. It's going to be fantastic as always. And yeah, looking forward to seeing you all. Any questions or any people that need directions that haven't let me know, any people that need the postcode, need my contact details that are coming for Sunday, please drop me an email and I'll sort that out with you directly. Thank you, Vanessa. Speak to you and Lee on Wednesday. Thank you, will do. Can't wait to see this garden. Yeah, great. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Let's see how it goes. Thanks all, guys. Take care. See you soon.